Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Brady. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another video in the series of returning to old games here on the channel. And as you can see, we were playing probably the worst Call of Duty ever, Infinite Warfare. And I think the reason this game wasn't perceived so well with the COD community is pretty much just the timing. Like, when you look at this game, it's not a bad game, but when you put the Call of Duty title on this game, it's a terrible game because this is not what COD is. Which I think is really sad that like the developers use all their time and energy to be making a game for the wrong title. And it really doesn't help that this was the third installment of like a jetpack Call of Duty, so to say, when people really didn't want that in the first place, and then they got a third dose of it and they were just tired of it, so people just didn't play it. But the beta for this game was actually one of the best betas that I've ever played. It felt like the full release game was worse and less polished than the beta release of this game. Oh, lads, we had to do it to him real quick. I can't believe I just popped off on Infinite Warfare in 2018. And my biggest complaint for this game wasn't like the movement system or how OP some of the guns are and like how the game can be pay to win. It was actually just like the gameplay factor. Like the spawns to me seem so bad in this game. And also the variants and the supply drops also destroyed this game for me. Because I'm going to give every single game that I play an even chance. Like with this game, I didn't go in thinking, oh, it's a jetpack COD, so it's got to be a terrible game. Like I actually do kind of like the gunfights in this. I think the gunfights in this game are pretty clean other than like the advanced movement, and the sniping in this game is also pretty clean as you would expect for a Call of Duty. And I also like thoroughly enjoyed the campaign of this game. I also thought that like the specialists in this game were so watered down compared to like how influenced they were in Black Ops 3. Like all the characters felt unique, and in this game they just kind of felt like they just were there. They weren't anything special at all. This is also the only COD that I'm not prestige yet on. I'm only level 40, and it's always been out for like 2 years now. Pretty much every single COD I'll grind as soon as it comes out, and this one I just wasn't feeling it at all to grind. But coming back to all this like 2 years later makes me really appreciate this game for what it is. Like when you don't think of it as a Call of Duty and think of it as like the game itself, it's not that bad of a game. Now that I say that, I'm probably gonna get stomped in this match. And another thing that I've also learned from playing all these old CODs and throughout this series is just how awesome the Black Ops 4 healing system is and how much faster it makes the game. What is this guy? This guy's That is one thing I love about this game. Sniping is very clean. Ooh, some good old Terminal and Spate. I was actually excited to play Terminal. So if you guys did not watch my video on Tuesday talking about pretty much everything that's going on with my channel lately, I touched on the fact that I was sponsored by Fatal Grips for pretty much like 24 hours, and then I decided to drop them because they're basically a huge scam. But while I was applying for Fatal Grips, I applied for a company called Jerky Pro, and as you could tell, they sell jerky. And they recently just emailed me back like a couple hours ago confirming that they were going to bring me on and have like a sponsorship. Now I'll make like a formal video of this, talking more in depth about this on Saturday. This time this sponsorship's actually legit, and I'll tell you all the details on Saturday about like the code that you can use and like what their product's all about. So if you want to hear about that, stay tuned for the video on Saturday, because I've said Saturday like 100,000 times in the past 10 seconds. And I don't know if any other YouTubers go through this quote struggle that I do, but I always seemed, oh yikes, 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 lads. Alright, we got it. Did I just come across a stray bot lobby? But I don't know if any other YouTubers go through the struggle of thinking that you do not have enough footage, and then when you're going back and editing, you have too much footage. Because I always find myself recording for like 45 minutes and then only having 7-minute videos, because I don't want to put out like a 15-minute video on Infinite Warfare. And then sometimes I'll record for like 30 minutes thinking I have enough content, and then next thing you know, my video is 3 minutes long and I gotta go back and record. And also another reminder that sub boxes really have not been working pretty much like this the whole last couple weeks, so just a reminder that videos will be out Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I don't know about anybody else, but to me it's always been the most satisfying things in games to have a silencer on your gun. Like even if it hurts your gun, it's always so crisp just to have a silencer on. I don't know why, but I just love it. Like in Blackout, I always find a silencer and put it on my AR. This guy's been killing me all game with these stupid guns. I want to see what they're all hype. Alright. Oh, we got final play of the game too. Sit down, LMG camper. So as you guys know, this is currently the longest running series on my channel here, even if you, I guess if you want to call it a series. But if there's any old games that you want me to return to, whether they're on a PC, PS3, or PS4, just comment down below what game you want to see me play on this series next, and I will try my best to play it. So I think that's enough Infinite Warfare for me, but some final thoughts on this game is that it aged pretty well. Like, I think this game isn't a terrible game when you look at it objectively. This is a pretty bad Call of Duty because this isn't what Call of Duty is built on, and this really isn't what people want when they play a Call of Duty. But looking at this as Infinite Warfare and just Infinite Warfare, not Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I don't think this is a very bad game at all. Like, I really enjoyed the sniping in this game, and one thing I forgot to talk about is the campaign in this game is so fun. Top 3 Call of Duty campaign of all time, honestly. It wasn't taken very seriously, like you could fly around in space and everything, and I thought it was so fun. It reminded me of like a Halo, but with like a Call of Duty spin on it. But this has been the final time of returning to old Call of Duties, at least on new gen, because I'm not recording on a PS3. And like I said before, if there's any games that you want me to play, like old games, then just comment down below and I'll try my best to play them. And leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Later.
Wish the grace would hit me, yeah. Watch my hype man build me, yeah. About to lose my mind, I think I'm catching that hysteria. Back like Szechuan sauce, with my day ones coming on top. Making hits and the beat still not. Had a great year, hope that's not stop, yeah. Young Josh, yeah, I'm sorry I had you waiting. Swear to God, man, fans so impatient.